Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the mid-December 2022 reading for the zodiac sign of Leo. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, Leo, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But let's go and jump in to get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a look just general what's coming for the remainder of December. We're also going to do a money column, a love column, and the 5th and final column. We're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We're going to do 3 yes or no questions, take a look at your crystal of the month, and do a healing note as well. But again, column number 1, what's wrapping up and coming to a close. We have the card Brilliance. I always love this anytime the Brilliance card comes up. I think it's fair to say so far in December you've had a really good month so far, Leo. This is such a good reminder of the brilliant events that are happening around us, as well as your own brilliance. So you and December have been brilliant so far here. But let's go and take a look at messages and see what we have coming through here. Okay, the first card that we have is the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a card of celebrations. So something definitely celebration worthy these last few weeks. It's also a card of family and friends, so making sure you're getting that quality time with your loved ones. And then if you look at this card, it's almost like a finish line here, Leo. So this is about getting crossed the finish line too. So a card of completion, card of finishing. Definitely something worth celebrating too as well. I think we mentioned celebration already. The next card that we have is the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is a card of speed, action, quick change, finding out news as well. This can also be a card of social media. So social media very well could connect into that too. I would venture to say that's been a pretty fast, quick-paced month so far. But it does seem like you found out some sort of news. Perhaps this news that you found out is what is leading to that celebration that we're seeing as well. The next card, or last card we have in this column, is the Fool card. The Fool card is a card of fresh hope, taking chances, new paths, adventures, new beginnings. So there is some sort of new opportunity or something new here for you that kicked off. Potentially you completed something, and that's what this new thing is. Now that we've completed one thing, we're looking for something new. But it does seem like there's new opportunity beginning. Perhaps you're celebrating that new beginning as well, Leo. Okay, let's take a look here at our clarifiers. The first clarifier we have is the Strength card. The Strength card is a card of self-love, unconditional love, self-respect. Again, I do think a lot of you have been spending some really quality time with your friends and family, which I like to see. It's really good energy. It's well supported. It's being surrounded by people that you love. Excuse me, sorry. And then this is also a card of courage. That's what the lion on the Strength card is an indicator of. I think this is more speaking to the new beginning though, Leo, and having that courage to go after that new beginning, even though we just completed and finished something here. The next card that we have is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is Prince or Princess Charming. It's like knight in shining energy, knight in shining armor type energy. Very romantic, very proposal-like. Some of you definitely could be entering into a new relationship, and this is like everything you've been looking for in a person. This also, though, could be like proposal or just some sort of new partnership too. So it may not be a love interest, but likely that is this quick change that's coming, is that relationship or that proposal, business or love proposal. At the bottom here, we have the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is a card sometimes of being non-committal. It's like, if you look at something, at this card, there's something different in each of the cups. And it's kind of hard to commit to something when there are so many options and so many paths available. So do be kind of aware of this. So for this new beginning, some of you might be a little hesitant to pursue it just because, again, there's that kind of non-committal energy hanging out there. So be aware of that and act accordingly. We typically do like to go after the Fool after those new beginnings because they're really promising. So just keep that in mind if you're feeling kind of non-committal about it. You could be hesitant to enter into this relationship too, even though, like I said, it's kind of everything you've been hoping for. This can also just be a card of busyness, though. We were talking with the Eight of Wands. I think it's been busy. The Seven of Cups is also very busy because, again, there's just lots of different things going on. Okay, now let's take a look at our next column, which is just general what's happening through the end of December. We have the card Preservation. I really like the card Preservation because it's a reminder that we're being resourceful with our resources. So it's like being careful how we spend our money, where we spend our time, energy, words, you name it, any of our resources, and making sure we're appropriately using our resources. One kind of word of caution, though, is you can do too much preservation, where you are kind of like shutting everyone and everything out. So keep that in mind. It is definitely a balance act when it comes to preservation. But let's see what messages we've got coming through for this next column. The first card that we have is the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is very active. It's new project, new creative idea. This is definitely that new energy that we were just talking about carrying over. Again, we finished something, we completed something, and we're like very prompt, Leo, to get back to something new here. So that's that same energy carrying forward. Do make sure that you take a creative approach on anything with wands. Wands is all about creativity. So as you go into this new thing, make sure you're being creative. Also make sure you're using your resources correctly. Like maybe you're throwing money at this and you should be throwing time at it, or whatever it may be, but make sure you're using your resources appropriately with this new beginning. The next card that we have is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is a card of, it's kind of like gossipy, drama-ish, people, like rumors maybe. The one thing I will say, though, sometimes with the Page of Swords, it's like we're trying to find out truth and there's too much other almost like clutter happening to get the truth. So it's like you're trying to find out information, but there's kind of clouds of nonsense around it. The nice thing, though, at the bottom here, we have the Judgment card. The Judgment card is always favorable for you, Leo. And with the Judgment card, this is the card of getting clarity. So it's getting that information that we need. This is also a card of making a decision, too. So if you're still kind of in that non-committal position, the Judgment card is going to give you the clarity that you need and also kind of that extra push to get the decision made if needed. The first clarifier we have is the Ace of Swords. Anytime we have an Ace card, it is a card of newness. With the Ace of Swords, this is new idea, new mental clarity. Again, we've kind of already acknowledged you're going to get the clarity that you need here, Leo. But there is something new. There's no doubt about that, working on something new going into the end of the year. I think that's... I thought I had something else, but I slipped my mind there. I'll say it if I think of it, Leo. The next card that we have is the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is about being very solid, practical, and wise, and making the appropriate investment. So again, I mentioned that when I first talked about the Page of Wands. We need to make sure that we're using the appropriate resources. So again, maybe you're throwing money at something and you really need to be giving more time to it. So make sure we're being solid, practical, wise with our resources, how we're spending them, how we're moving forward. This could also be a card of investment too. I want to throw that out there. Typically the King of Pentacles is a really good investment too. So make sure you're investing the time, the money, the energy, whatever it may be in this new beginning, because it seems really promising. At the bottom here we have the Ace of Cups. Again, anytime we have an Ace card, it's a card of newness. With the case of Ace of Cups, this is new job, raise, or excuse me, with Ace of Cups, this is new baby, relationship, proposal, marriage. There could be definitely a new relationship, but this still seems to be coming in as like a business proposal or a business relationship. But definitely some of you are entering into a new love relationship too, no doubt about that. Okay, now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to money. I did get this new deck of cards, which is like money, tips, tricks, and advice. So we're going to start with that. The body part most similar to money is the legs. Your society is obsessed with the concept of chasing money. However, because we are ever changing, you will always be in the position to chase. Shift your mindset from chasing money to money running alongside you in the direction of your dreams. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, whatever you associate with money here, Leo. And let's take a look. The first card that we have is the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is kind of a dark and gloomy card. You see the sky is dark, the person's laying down flat. They have all these swords stuck into them. They just kind of feel meh. I feel like a lot of you are feeling really burnt out going into the end of the year, so do be cautious of that. Make sure you get some quality time off before we enter into 2023. But hopefully the energy will shift. I will say these remaining 2 cards look really good. So I feel like this is more energy than anything. You're just tired. I feel that. I am like shockingly tired, and we're not quite there yet. A few more weeks to go before 2022 is over. The next card we have though is the Eight of Pentacles. Always love when the Eight of Pentacles comes up in the money column. This is a card of master your craft, enjoying your employment. I like this because I don't know, like I said, I don't know that you dislike your job right now. You're just tired, Leo. So hopefully we can get into this position where you're really truly enjoying it. One other thing I like about the Eight of Pentacles though is this is a card of reaping the benefits of your hard work. So I know that your hard work is getting ready to pay off. You're putting in the hard work and it's being acknowledged, appreciated, and valued. At the bottom we have the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is a card of luxury, self-sufficiency, financial gain. Really good card. Totally could be a pay raise, new job, some sort of bonus going into the end of the year. So I like to see this energy, but it does seem like there's going to be an increase in money for you, financial gains going into the end of this month. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what other cards I have here for you. The first card that we have is the Ten of Wands. Yeah, this I'm not surprised to see. So the Ten of Wands is truly like the card of stress and exhaustion and having too many burdens. I was saying with the Ten of Swords, you felt tired. And I think that seems to be the case. With the Ten of Wands, this is a tired card. It's stressed, exhausted, it's burnt out. So again, be aware of that. Make sure you get some good R&R, rest and recovery going into the end of the year. The next card that we have is the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is new job, raise, promotion, investment, income. Again, definitely some new money coming into the end of the year. You've been working hard towards it, so you're reaping the benefits of that hard work. But wonderful card with the Ace of Pentacles as well as the Nine of Pentacles. At the bottom here we have the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is a card of worry. And I think some of you are worried about finances for any varying reason. But again, it looks like we're going to end the year really strong financially, with definitely financial gains coming in. Some of you could be worried that like your hard work isn't paying off, or there isn't an opportunity coming, but it's pretty clear that it is. So I feel good about that for you. Nice money column there, Leo. Now let's move on to our next column, which is anything related to love. Similar to the money card, I did get a new love deck. So let's see what your love message is. Freedom, there is nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to love, family, friends, marriage, children. Again, whatever you associate with love, Leo. The first card that we have is the King of Wands. The King of Wands is very bold, very powerful, very charming. This is an interesting message, but I'm going to put it out there. I feel like you're coming through as the King of Wands this month, Leo, and it's like people are going to listen to you and feel drawn to you and they're attracted to you. So you really can you're in a position of power, because I think people are going to comply and agree and again want to be in your presence. So it's kind of like a position of power. It's very charming this month. Again, people are naturally attracted to you, naturally want to hear you out, want your opinion, want to be around you. So that's a good place to be in terms of love. Definitely soak up that time with family, friends, loved ones, especially as we go into the holiday season. The next card that we have is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is very reliable and very patient. This is kind of coming through in a strange way, but in general, I remember as we go into the end of the year just to be patient. I feel like we're going to get more exposure to friends and family than you would typically. So just make sure you're patient with them, enjoy your time with them. But patience is a word that's sticking out in relationships and again in family and friends. The next card that we have is the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is very supportive, very healing, very nurturing. This is coming through. I think a lot of you again are going to be spending time with your parents, just kind of giving this parental nurturing feeling to it. But again, be supportive, be tolerant, kind of go with the flow and have that extra layer of patience that we maybe wouldn't usually have with our family and friends and loved ones. Okay, let's look at clarifiers for this column now. The first card that we have is the Chariot. Somebody once described the Chariot to me as the vroom vroom card. It means there's action, there's change, you're on a journey. Someone's coming to you almost like looking for advice on how to move forward too. Not only are you in this position of power, but you're looking to lead. This sounds super silly, but maybe you're even like hosting the holidays at your house. People are looking for you to take the lead on things going into the holidays, so be aware of that, Leo. That's my message there for you. The next card that we have is the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a card of self-defense, feeling like you have to protect yourself. Again, we want to stay patient with family and friends. We're not always around them. We don't always agree. It can be stressful. So stay patient. Try not to be too defensive. Don't feel like you have to defend yourself or anything else that's going on. Just stay patient. Just kind of smile and nod in those kind of situations. You don't need to defend yourself. They're not really expecting you to defend yourself either. I should clarify that. At the bottom here, we have the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is a card with a couple of different meanings, but one of them is compromise. I would say, so people are looking for you to lead, but do make sure you're kind of flexible with your plans going into the end of the month, because I feel like things may shift up a little bit. So just be aware. Again, I think a lot of you are having people come to your house. People could be late, want different food to eat. I don't know, whatever it may be. So stay flexible. We have the ability to compromise there. And again, enjoy that time with family and friends. Okay, now let's take a look at our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guide, something to carry into the end of the year with you. We have the card Patterns. I love this. This is like literally saying, Leo, now is a good time to start thinking about the habits and the patterns that we want for the new year. I know New Year's resolutions can be kind of cliche, but do be focusing on where you want to go, who you want to be for 2023, and start setting the foundation, the habits, the patterns that are needed to set yourself up for success in 2023. So let's go ahead and take a look at what messages we've got in this column. The first card that we have is the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is a card of being very solid, practical, and wise. Make sure you're setting realistic goals, realistic patterns for yourself. Have realistic focuses for 2023. The other thing I'm getting is, I think it's going to be like investment heavy. So just be ready to make some financial moves, maybe going into the end of this year or early next year. The next card that we have is the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is a card of anxiety and depression. This is definitely something we're going to want to leave in the 2022 and leave behind as we go into 2023. So do start getting rest now. You see this person's laying in bed. We were talking earlier how tired you were. Start getting a good sleep schedule, meditation schedule, whatever those things are, Leo, that make you feel better mentally and help banish that depression and anxiety for yourself. At the bottom here, we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is very strategic, very thoughtful, very thought forward. So again, this is like all about planning for 2023. So if you can, again, get that head start on starting some new patterns and habits that support where you want to go in 2023, that's a great move for you. The first clarifier we have here is the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is very resourceful. It's again about using your resources in the correct manner. We talked a lot about that earlier, so make sure we're using our resources appropriately, being practical with them, and again, be ready to make some financial moves. Both of those are financial cards there. The next card that we have is the Devil card. The Devil card is a card of greed, envy, materialism, obsession. These are all things that we're going to want to start to shift away from in combination with the Nine of Swords as we get ourselves ready for 2023. So be thinking of those traits, be thinking of the things that you can do better. Unfortunately, there is something we can all do better. It's just the nature of life. So keep that in mind. And at the bottom here, we have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is a card of going through a transition. It's again, setting yourself up for the future. So start this transition now rather than waiting the next few weeks to officially kick off 2023. No need to wait here, Leo. Okay, now at this time, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But for question number 1, we have the 3 of clubs. This is number 5 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 2 is the the 6 of hearts. This is number 3 card. That's also a yes. And question number 3, we have the King of Spades. This is number 47 card. That's also a yes. So look at that. Yeses all the way across the board there for you, Leo. If you watched your video earlier this month, we pulled a crystal from our Healing Stones deck. Your crystal for December is rock crystal, which is clear quartz. It's good for clarity, purity, energy, doing things your own way. Gives you really great aim in life. And last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Your Healing Note says, you are filled with healing love. Thank you so much, Leo, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. Also, if you feel inclined, I'd include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Leo, and I hope you have a wonderful remainder of the year.